This is rhythm number 30. I'm going to use the second line as our example. Remember, you're responsible for doing the first line, second line, and all other lines using the ta and clap method. The end of the first line can be a little bit tricky, but if you can figure out the second line as I'm going to walk you through, you'll be able to figure out the first line as well. We are in 9/8. The beat unit is not the quarter note in this, it is the dotted quarter note. The dotted quarter note is one beat. So here we go. Here's one beat. The beat is, the question is this beat divided? The answer is yes, the beat is divided because we have an eighth note here. What's the smallest division, or the smallest note value used within all of beat 1? It is the eighth note in this case. So we are going to account for all eighth notes within beat 1. And there are 3 eighth notes within a dotted quarter note. So there's going to be 3 events: 3 tas, 3 claps, or combination of the 2. The first thing is going to be a ta. Then we're going to clap where the second eighth note would fall as we're holding this note through, and then we're going to ta where this third eighth note is. This rhythm is further complicated because this note is held over through a tie to the start of beat 2. So now let's ask ourselves, beat 2, is the beat divided? Yes, it is. It is divided. What's the smallest note value? Smallest note value is an eighth note. We're going to account for all 3 eighth note rhythmic values within beat 2. The first one happens on the beginning of the beat, and it's being held over. If it wasn't tied over, we would ta this note, but since it's being held over, we're going to clap to show where the start of beat 2 is. Then the second eighth note pulse happens right here because the quarter note takes up the first eighth note and the second eighth note. We will clap where the second eighth note would line up, and we will ta on the third eighth note. Third beat. Is the beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value? It is the eighth note. There are 3 eighth notes in one beat in this case. Therefore, we're going to have 3 events. Since this one is also being held over, we will clap on the first eighth note. We will, as we're singing, we will clap to mark where beat 3 starts, and then we will ta and ta. Those are the 3 events: the clap, ta, ta. Let's do the first measure together to get started. Here is my dotted quarter note pulse. Every time I'm snapping right now, it is a dotted quarter note going by. So what's the speed of our eighth notes? They are dun 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 dun. Because in this compound meter, there are 3 eighth notes per beat unit of dotted quarter note. Let's before I do that, let's go through this one more time real quickly. So we're going to have clap, ta, sorry, back up, reverse that. We're going to have ta, clap, ta, clap, clap, ta, clap, ta, ta. That might take a few times of practicing to get it right. See if I can get it right. 2, dun 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 dun. Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, I believe that was correct. Let's try it again. Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Okay. Now, let's go to this one. Is the beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value? The eighth note. We'll have 3 eighth notes in a dotted quarter note, 3 events: a ta, a clap, and a ta. Is the beat divided? Yes. What's the smallest note value? Eighth note. We'll have 3 events: ta, ta, ta. Is the beat divided? Yes, it is. Well, what's the smallest note value? The eighth note. We'll have 3 events. We'll clap here because this is being held over. Ta, ta. Is this beat divided? The answer is no. We'll ta and hold through all of beat 1. Is this beat divided? The answer is no. We will hold through all of beat 2 because it's last both of those beats, but we will clap to show where beat 2 lands. Is the third beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value within beat 3? The eighth note. How many eighth notes are in a dotted quarter? There are 3, so we're going to have 3 events of tas or claps. On the first one, we're going to clap because it's being held over through here and we can't reinitiate the ta. We'll clap to show where the beat happens of beat 3. We will ta on the second eighth note value, which starts right here, and we will clap on the third eighth note value, which starts right here, which is within this quarter note. Let's do this rhythm together because that kind of can be a complicated one. Rhythm of measure 3. Here's my dotted quarter note pulse. What's my eighth note pulse? Ja, da, 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 da. Here we go. Ta, ta. That's the measure. Again, here we go. Ta, ta. And the final measure. Is the beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value? The eighth note. How many eighth notes are in a dotted quarter? 3. There's going to be 3 events of tas or claps. This is a ta and then a clap to show where the second eighth note is, and then a ta on the third eighth note. Is the beat divided? No. We'll ta through beat 2. Is the beat divided? No. And this holds all the way through that beat, but we will clap here to show where beat 3 lands while we're holding this note. All right, let's do all of line 2 together. Hopefully I'll get it right on the first time. Here is our dotted quarter note pulse. What are the eighth notes? Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Ta 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 ta. That is line 2.